Hi everybody. Kevin Barheit here. Thanks for tuning in. In the past couple of videos, we've looked at the first 3 pillars, and today we'll look at the 4th. We've started to make sure that we're going to meetings on a regular basis. We've got a sponsor, and now we're using that sponsor, and we're working the 12 steps with that sponsor. And in the 4th pillar, we look at being of service. The first 3 pillars gave me this very strong foundation, but now I've added the 4th pillar in. And when I do that, my foundation becomes even more stable. And that stability gives me courage. It gives me some confidence that I didn't maybe have before, but even more so, that courage and that confidence and that foundation and that stability, it shines through. So the folks that are coming to us, the newcomers, the people that are struggling, they see that stability. They see that courage. They see that foundation, and it's attractive to them. Just the way for me, it was attractive when I saw that in my own sponsor and in the folks that had been working in this program before me. That's the way we carry the message. By working these pillars into our lives, by really stabilizing our lives and having a foundation that's spiritual in nature and that's strong and that shines through, that's how we can be of service to others. It's important to me to recognize that the things that I am able to do in my life comes because of this foundation that I have in the program, comes because of this foundation that I have in these 5 pillars, and especially comes because of the foundation I have in doing 12-step service. And for me, working the 4th pillar, being of service to God and others, it's not a continuation of the first 3 pillars. It's a brand new beginning into really uncharted territory. And the feel of it is really scary at first. For me to even think that I had the value to even get clean and get sober and to get recovery and to have a higher power in my life and to work these steps and to have a sponsor that would care about me, that was uncharted territory. And now I'm even expecting of myself to reach out and give this to other people. And that's why this again is a good place to have a conversation with a sponsor, and as I did with mine. And I remember what he said to me, and I remember what he still says to me. I'd never ask you to do something that I didn't think you would be successful at. And he was right. My sponsor knew that it was the most natural thing in the world for me to doubt my ability to carry the message. He also knew, and he showed me by his example, that we were the most natural people in the world to carry the message to the person who still suffers. And that's exactly what the first 3 pillars has prepared us to do. That's what going to meetings on a regular basis, having a sponsor and working with that sponsor, and working through the 12 steps has prepared us to do, to be the messenger to other folks who are struggling and can't find their way and aren't sure whether they can do this or not. And for us to say, I wasn't sure either. I'm still not 100% sure some days that I can do this. But I know I can do this with you. I know we can do this together. So much was given to me when I first came into these rooms, and so much has been given to me over the years. I really could have made this a very short video. I could have just wrapped it up with one of the slogans, we only keep what we have by giving it away. But yesterday I was in a meeting, and this fellow Larry that I know raised his hand to share on a topic. And what he said was pretty helpful to me to remember. He said, I've only been here for a short period of time, about 26 months now, and I've known Larry for a while, and I've visited him in the hospital. I've seen him near death and even after death when they revived him. But after 26 months, Larry was able to say one thing that he's learned more than anything else. He's our coffee maker. And he said, it really gives me a reason to get up in the morning, and it really allows me to feel that I'm a part of this, not just someone who shows up and sits in a seat. And I thought that was great, but then he went on. He said, because I get here early, some fellas get here early too, and we get to talk to each other. And some of them have a lot of time, and some of them I can really share my issues with and my problems and get some support. He said, but some of them are brand new, and I can be there for them. And I thought that wrapped it up really well for me. If you don't want to sponsor someone because you don't think you have much to give, my first sponsor had 90 days. He didn't know how to work the steps. He just knew to tell me, let's work 1, 2, and 3 before you jump into 9. And that was helpful. That was everything to me. That's all I'm asking you to think about. That's all I'm asking you to do. That's all I'm asking you to do. And I wouldn't ask you to do something that I didn't think you could be successful at. Thanks again for tuning in today. It was great to spend this time together. I hope that you'll subscribe. I hope that you'll check out some of the other videos. Next week will be our 5th pillar and our final video in this series. Take care.